not sure how I feel about this Wham just yet, but we're going to go ahead and give it a go. Alright, so I gave it a few rounds, and not too big a fan of this one. Alright guys, so welcome to Mower Simulator, Lawn Mower Simulator. So I'm probably going to botch this up real bad. This is my first contract. I have about 26 minutes to try to cut this whole yard. And it has definitely thrown me some loops. Now, I was going to record this a couple nights ago, even last night. In fact, Monday morning when I did all my last minute recording and editing for the videos for this week, I went to record this, but this simulator game literally just gave me the biggest F you possible in the within one go. It literally said, screw you and your sound system and sound settings. I turned my volume down low, right? There's me using the little wheel on my Razer keyboard to change the volume. And I had that thing dropped all the way down. And I, apparently, I did not realize this until I went back to start editing the video. And made me have to toss that entire recording session, like entirely. So I literally had to throw that video footage in the trash because of the big FU that it gave me. Yeah, you couldn't hear me over the game. You couldn't hear over the music. It kept resetting the music up to 10, and I did not realize that until after I went to go edit the video. Now, I've already been through the tutorial. I'm already giving you guys a little bit of footage to what to expect of the different vehicles or the different mowers that we're going to be using. But then it threw me another curveball of, well, you need a weed eater too. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, a weed eater. So I'm going to have, and it's not giving me any tutorial training on that. Okay. That's nice. That's very nice. That's lovely. That's absolutely amazing. So this is going to be our first contract. I promise you guys a simulator game for this Wednesday. Here it is. We're doing a simulator game, cutting grass, which I used to do for a living. All right. I used to cut grass back at Fort Campbell. And we used to run the Skag Turf Tiger 2s. I loved those mowers. And we used to run the steel weed eaters. This game does not seem to have steels in them. So we're just going to go hop in here. We're going to see if we can actually pull this contract off. I don't know if I'm going to be talking a whole lot. Might give you guys some tips and tricks that might benefit you for a riding mower or a weed eater. I've got no clue. I don't know how this game is going to operate with the weed eater. So that's going to be completely different. All right. So we're going to go ahead and hop in here. We're going to go mow with the mower first, and then we're going to go back with the weed eater and knock down anything and everything that's still left standing. So here we go at it. All right, career mode as you set up for contracts on their pin. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start contract. And it's going to give me $295, or euros, I should say. I'm guessing that's euros. But for my character name, I went with the wide. I'm going to feel like the widest fucking name out there. And I went with Kevin. All right. So Kevin's the name of the employer or the employee that we're going to be playing as. We're basically the manager. Yeah. Okay. This is what we're hopping into. Okay, ground check. At the start of the contract, you have a small period of time and remove any objects on the grass that could either be damaged or damage your vehicle. You could choose to skip the ground check and have the objects removed by interacting with your mower or equipment, but this will mean you don't earn money or RP. Dude, that bites. Okay, so I've got to get in here and do this pronto. Alright, so there's that. Newspaper. I'm trying to be thorough here. Trying to make sure that because you don't want to cut up some newspaper to somebody's yard. Or even a facility's yard. It's just going to make it look ugly and make it look like you really don't care about the contract. That you really don't want it. Do I got a sprint in here? Oh, I do have a sprint. RB. I got a feeling it's going to be way, way back here. Yep, here it is. Banana peel? Really? Alright. I apologize about that background noise. That's my washer going off. I was having to give my dog a bath. I could just choose from weed eater and... Okay. That's different. But, I was having to give my dog a bath again. And I'm currently washing his towels right now. Yes, he's got his own set of towels. I've got my own set of towels. Go ahead and start this up. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me over this or not. I've got no clue. I've got no clue. If you guys can hear me. I can barely hear myself think over this myself. Wow. Yeah, no, it's still picking up the game on OBS Studio, even when I had it zeroed out. Like, I couldn't hear it, but OBS definitely was. Alright, go ahead and up our RPM, so we're going to drop it down to 6. Now, should be able to just ease on in. Okay, performance during cutting will affect how much money and RP reputation points, okay, you earn from the contract. You need to find the balance between speed and careful driving. Avoid damaging the flowers or lawn while cutting quickly to earn bonus time. Okay, well that's lovely. Okay. Set over a patch of grass now. So I'm giving the overhead view so I can try to manage and maintain my line. I've got about 26 minutes to try to do this contract. Alright, so as long as I get this done within 26 minutes or less, we're good. I feel like this is going to be tricky as can be, because I'm having to basically watch my RPMs, don't tear up the mower, I'm having to make sure I don't tear up the grass, make sure that it's cut nice and neat like, and not run over the flowers, can't damage property while I'm out here either. There's a lot of things to consider when doing something like this. But essentially, I am doing my first pass here, and once I do my first pass, right, I'm going to do, obviously, the next pass, but I'm going to keep my tire, tire to my left here, okay, and I'm going to keep that basically on the cut line. That way, that's what you're supposed to do when you mow. But essentially, that keeps you from bogging down the mower and making sure that it has a chance to mulch up the blades and everything, or mulch up the blades of grass. Okay, come on, come on. Okay, keep it going, keep it going. So I'm gonna have to turn here. So now's the time I want to try to keep that tire on that last cut line. Normally that's how you're supposed to cut grass anyways. Like I said, it definitely helps keep the mower, keeps the blades from bogging down and letting all that grass get caught up in the deck and everything. So that essentially it doesn't bog the blades down. And when that happens, well, it basically stalls the mower out. You ever use a push mower? You ever have to shake the grass loose from the underneath of it? If you haven't, well then you might want to go get one. Try to learn yourself a little something there, because I promise you that is pretty annoying. Now with the Skags that we used to run back in Fort Campbell, we didn't have that option, or we didn't have that problem, because one, it was a wide deck mower, and we did the exact trick that I'm doing now with the cut lines. Ooh. Ooh. That's why we usually try to keep our front tire, our outermost front tire, on that. So what you guys are seeing right here is the Pro Vision of the yard, and it's basically showing me what hasn't been cut yet. But as I was saying about this right here, is not only does it keep the I knew it. There we are. But it keeps the wow, this is a pretty small deck, not gonna lie. But it lessens the amount of chance that you have missing grass. I know this mower isn't exactly the best for that option right now. See, like right there, those patches of grass. It's even leaving it right here. Turning isn't exactly the best with this mower, and that can leave the grass kind of patchy. Alright, so we did pretty good on this second pass. Let's keep on going with the third. And again, we don't want to go too fast like the thing was saying, because those of you who don't know, the blades of a mower can only go so fast with the RPMs that they're throwing out. Especially if the belt gets older and everything, it obviously starts having issues with the pulleys trying to grip. clearly see right there with the overhead. But because of because it starts losing that grip there, it's losing the rotation. It's losing the speed and the rotation, the RPMs, basically, and that, well, you start leaving patches of grass behind, so then you have to go back over and mow it again until you have it, and just keep mowing and mowing and mowing again and again and again until you have it all knocked down. Now, I feel like that turn, yeah, that was a pretty bad turn there. You can see where the patches are being left because the deck on this mower is so small. It's ridiculous. I mean, I've seen John Deere's with wider decks than this, and I don't exactly put a whole lot of stock into John Deere. All right, yes, they're good for at home, or even starting your business up as a mower for a mowing company, but I don't put a lot of stock into them to be able to last for very long. My family had one, and that was it, but eventually it gave up the ghost. We had to get rid of it, and my dad eventually went with a small El Cheapo riding mower, or not riding mower, zero turn. See that? There's another good example. Tried not to tear up the yard. So it seems to me I need to keep more of this kind of angle on everything. With the camera, especially with the deck. Ooh, that was bad. That was real bad. I'm gonna hit this right quick. There we go. But normally with the zero turn you want to do stripes and all that, but with this you can't exactly do a whole lot of striping with. And it's almost like a when you're doing stripes, you're basically going back and forth across the yard, a bit like a typewriter basically. It's essentially what striping is, but then you have people that are real professionals and they'll sit there and checker the grass. I'm going to speed it up a little bit here, a little bit on the straightaway. We got 11 minutes on the clock so far, not looking too good with the speed and everything. But I'm about to do something crazy here. Okay? Hear me out. And I'm gonna cut straight across here. Alright? Kill the blades. Back it up. Go back. Back it up. I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece off here. Okay. I'm going to go back and forth on this. And I'm just going to knock this whole little segment out right here. That way I can get rid of this turn. Because eventually with it narrowing out, it's going to get too sharp of a turn that this mower isn't going to be able to handle. And then I literally have to start trying to do a figure eight with it. And as I learned in the demo, you can't exactly do a figure eight all that well. Or the, not the demo, the tutorial, without tearing up the yard. And now that I see the speed of doing this, I'm not gonna lie, I might actually do that for the rest of this yard. I'm not gonna lie, that actually worked out a lot faster than I was expecting it to. So you basically got to see what striping kind of is, but normally you would not do that with this kind of mower. I mean, I wouldn't personally, but it is possible. It's just a little bit more time consuming than you would think. I'm gonna do Pro Vision. Okay. $13 minutes on the clock. We're going to cut a straight line through here. Knock this little segment out. And this is another great little technique for those of you who don't know. I call this gridlocking. Essentially, you're breaking it down into sections. That's literally, quite literally what you're doing here. And it basically cuts it down into smaller chunks, make it a little bit easier to handle and or just better time management all the way around. I see we got about 13, 14 minutes, so that's why, or we're at that amount of time anyways. So, I'm going to get back here. Only 2 little strips right here. Only 2 little strips. Which, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. But this lets you do basically your own stripe on this stuff. Now normally when you do this this whole little gridlock section like I've been doing, you basically want to go ahead and just do it in this longer route, because you'll see what I mean by when it gets too sharp. I'll do that as an example right here. On this little bit, I'll go ahead and round it out right here for you guys. Go ahead and do this. But I'll give you guys a little bit of an idea. Something else you guys should do is flower beds or obstacles. Try to paint it in with your stripes. But as you can see here, it's getting more and more narrow, and my mower can't exactly make that turn. So keep that in mind when you guys are do hop on a mower like this, because eventually you're gonna have to come out and basically do a whole figure eight, be able to come back in on your next pass, and that doesn't always work out very well in the long run. So just keep that in mind. Now what you see that I'm doing here, okay, yes, I'm striping a little bit, but with our zero turns we could get a little bit closer on this stuff, or on situations like this. And oh wow, we're almost out of time. We gotta have to stop talking and start cutting. I still got to go back over this with weed eater, all that. But I'm basically painting it in, almost like a picture. I'm going around it. I'm going around the obstacle to try to knock it out and get it out the way. That's essentially what I was doing the whole time. I was going around this little plant area. Let's see, still got a good segment here. Go to knock this out. But that's usually how you get your best stripes out of a mower and in your yard, is when you paint everything out. I keep saying paint. Essentially, you have to basically curve around this. And I destroyed a flower, so that's not good. You guys seen that too? Okay, don't have a whole lot more time. I've literally got 6 minutes to try to wrap this up. So yeah, I literally left just edge trimming basically. Now that we're done with all that, let's go ahead and basically floor it and try to stripe this out the best we can. Make sure we don't have any left on that edge. Let's see. We're doing good, we're doing good. Might be able to get away without doing the weed eating. Might be able to get away without doing the weed eating. Not entirely sure, but we might be able to get away with not doing that. Or the string trimming, as some people call it. That little bit. Position. Ourselves in. Straighten out. And here we go. Just flooring it backwards. I have no clue what's coming up behind me, or if I'm about to run over another flower. So I gotta be very mindful of these flower beds. Very mindful. Go ahead and knock this little segment out. Whoops. Missed ourselves a little strip here. Kind of difficult to do this with controller. Way different on controller than in real life. This out, and ooh, this is going to be really close. Let's go ahead and back it on up. But normally with a zero turn you get much closer than this, than you guys would think. I mean much closer. Wrap ourselves around over this way. Bring it on back. Knock this out. I thought we about killed another flower. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out. Bring it back. Then basically floor it right here. Okay. Let's see. So mainly just down to this now. Right, backing up, backing up. And we're going to get a little bit close right here. I think that's a patch of grass. Okay. Literally everything else is around the edge of the yard. Literally everything else is around the edge of the yard. Alright, so we got about 2 minutes to try to knock this out. We got to get at least a 99% on this. So let's go ahead and do that right quick. Back it on up to the trailer. And like that, there we go. Get off of here. And get this. Wait, what? Ah, okay. So. Okay, so this is... Ooh. Yeah, you can really mess up when you're using a string trimmer, not gonna lie. For those of you who don't know, you could do quite a bit of property damage and or just destroy entire flower beds. Now the reason why this one ain't making a whole lot of noise is because it's an electric power. It's not a gas power. I had an option to go with the gas power, but this just had like a really long battery life and all that. So, in a yard like this, I would weed eat within about 5 minutes. Like, I'd already be around all the obstacles and the edges and everything. And I'm already way past my my time limit. Not gonna lie. By like a whole minute. Well, we didn't get this contract, folks. But it did say something about cutting complete. Okay, now you need to store your vehicle and equipment, then interact with your pickup truck to leave the location. Any grass clippings, or if you have left grass clippings in the path, flower beds, you can pick them up before leaving. Okay, let's go ahead and knock this out. I could have swore I mowed this. Could have swore I did. Now, I want to be a good... I want to be a good... Oh, I hit this spot up. That's why. But I'm going to go ahead and finish up weeding around here because I feel like that might score me some extra points. All right? Now, normally if you're with... Okay. Ouch. Destroyed a flower with a weed eater. As you guys can see, it is perfectly possible to suffer from that. Okay. And we finish up around here. Right? And then we come up over here. I almost am half tempted not to finish up around the flower beds. And that's why. Too sharp a turn and ate it all up. Okay, I think we're about done. Alright. What was with that delay? Okay. Now, I could have swore I've been through all of this. Really? It's not letting me cut it. Alright, so this should be the last one then. Second last. Okay, we're just killing all the flowers because we can. Yeah. Alright. Trying to weedy in this game is much more difficult than it is in real life. I can vouch for that. Right? I did it for about 4 or 5 years. So I do know a thing or two. And hang on a minute. Yeah, we've already been around the whole base of this place. Alright. But we've killed quite a few flowers. I'm pretty sure we've lost this contract and we just started. If you guys like to see me try again, go ahead and leave down in the comments and all that. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. But before we go, gotta charge that up. My blade should be fine, right? Let's hop on here. Yeah, blades and everything, that's fine. We're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Only thing we gotta do is refill it. Yeah, that's all we gotta do. Alright, we're good. Let's leave location. Okay, confirm. It didn't tell us. Okay. Hey! Alright. So we got a little bit of a bonus for checking the ground. Okay. And then cut time bonus, nothing. Okay. Ground objects destroyed, 0. Flowers destroyed, 7. 50 cents collisions. When did I collide? Oh, well, hey, we didn't do all that bad. Looks like we actually got the contract. So that's a good thing. That is a very good thing. So next. Career mode. Garage. Okay, here you can fix damaged vehicles of use to 6 and, Alright, so cool. Alright, so where are we sitting at right now? Not enough. Wow. So, let's see, what we got for shop here? Oh, whoa. Let's go to shop. Yeah, this was literally my only choices here. And yeah, this did I didn't exactly get to take these for a test run at all. It did not give that to me in a tutorial. Okay, so I just went with this one. All right, it's cut width. Yes, I know it's a little bit smaller than these other ones. Okay, but I don't think that I need to be spending anything on gas for the both of them. And with it being mainly small contracts right now, from what it's looking like, um, I figured that this would go pretty well. And it's got a 12 mega amp battery. I think that's what that is. But I figured I might as well go ahead and get a bigger battery. That way it's going to last longer and everything. Vehicles, on the other hand, all right, trust me, I really would. Now, these two are the other two that I was allowed to test drive, basically. And they weren't worth a damn. I'm not going to lie. This one, yes, it had some nice turning, but it's delayed on straightening out from its turns. So, yeah, not too big a fan of that. It's basically basically a little miniaturized wham. It is a baby wham. If you don't know what a wham is, that's a wide area mower. Normally you use that for cutting big fields and everything, but this would not have done very well in this yard whatsoever. Not gonna lie. This, on the other hand, okay, um, not a fan at all. Not a fan. One, the chute that was on it, okay, it's blowing grass everywhere. So that's something else you gotta worry about when doing a contract, is you gotta worry about getting grass onto property such as vehicles, sidewalks, the street, uh, items in the yard such as lawn gnomes and all that. All right. This thing did not exactly do too well on turning. All right. Its speed was it had some speed, but its horsepower, let's be honest, it was way lower. So every time I hit a thick patch of grass, this thing was bogging out bad. Whereas to where this one and this one was intermediate. Okay, this one was intermediate on when it was bogging down, hitting that thick patch of grass. This it basically almost ruined the motor, or it just made it RPM and or rev real high and almost stall out. This here, um, it didn't have any of those issues. In fact, I don't think it ever really bogged down at all. So yeah, that was great and all that, but I don't care for any of it. Now, for what we're trying to do next, yeah, I mean, this is looking pretty cool, and it's got a quite a bit of horsepower, and it's battery powered, so it's not gas. I am not getting the Patterson. Sorry, no. So there's another version of that Wham or Baby Wham. I did not use this. This is a skeg, yes, but we did not use this for cutting our grass on Fort Campbell. Now, these things can get up to about 10, 15 miles an hour. All right. Actually, let's be a little bit more specific here. The Turf Tigers 2 could get between those speeds. All right. These are what we used to use, and these were amazing. All right. Now, if you see off the side of the deck here, and where your feet sit, the footrest basically, you see a bar on either side. It's got two stabilization bars that basically make sure that deck stays as straight and as level as possible. These were really good, and actually, if I can use my mouse, Nope, it's not letting me use my mouse. Oh, wait, here we are. We would keep our deck, or we'd keep the cut line right here on the edge of the tire. And occasionally, sometimes, if the grass was real thick on the inside of that tire, when we're going back for another pass, and that would keep it from bogging down and also let it mulch up the grass. We didn't have the flaps on some of them. We actually had full on mulch kits and everything, so that these things they'd have a nice little plate bolted on right here on the side, and we had mulcher blades. Actually, you can see the mulcher blade in there right now. Look at that. That's actually a nice little detail. I'm actually impressed with that. I'm actually very impressed with that. You see this little raised up lip right here on the blade? That's a mulcher blade. Okay, that is a mulcher blade, and those were actually very good for cutting down and breaking up the clumps of grass that are usually left behind and shot out through a side discharge. All right, so those were really good for us when we cut the grass and all that. But the thing is, with these Turf Tiger 2s, there was a bit of a recall on them the year that we got them. Apparently, over here on the side of it, there was an issue with the reason why they were recalled. The issue was their fuel line. They had hose clamps on them that weren't set in right. They didn't set the hose clamps right, so they just over time those fuel lines just wiggled themselves off of the carburetor and or out of place, out of one of their connection points, and it lit one of our mowers on fire. I'm not going to lie. We got to see one of these things light up. Now, even though that did happen, we were able to save it. We were able to save the mower, and it still ran after we reconnected the fuel line, or put a new fuel line on there with the hose clamps properly installed. These things in US dollars can usually range, well, nowadays the value for these things probably have dropped a good bit. But when we first got them, they were up there. You could go anywhere between 15,000 to I think that's used. I think that's used to like 35,000 brand new. So these were great. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I hope you guys did enjoy this content, or the content that I've created for you guys today. Another last minute kind of deal. I am recording this Wednesday morning at I don't have a clock here. Hang on. I am recording this at about finishing up recording at like 4:30 in the morning. And I'm about to have to edit this up and get it out to you guys. So again, I hope you guys do appreciate the content that I create. I hope you guys can kind of appreciate that I'm still trying to put an effort into this and trying to make sure that you guys get a video. I know I said probably in the earlier beginning of this video that I'm going to be including the little bit of the demo or / tutorial with the mowers and all that. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. All right. I've got to cut this down to like a 30-minute video for you guys. If you guys do enjoy, or if you guys want to see me play the simulator again, you guys want to see me actually build a company up in this game, all right, get this video up to like 50 likes, 100 likes, 50 to 100 likes, somewhere around there, all right? Let's try to get those numbers up. But let's go ahead and wrap it up here. For those of you who don't know, my name is Silent Sound. I'll catch you all in the next round. Again, I hope you guys keep coming back for more. And yeah, that's pretty much it.